Hey guys, Game Dog here, and welcome back to Let's Play Lake Crusader, Part 8. Alright, now in this video, we're going to be finishing off, well, not finishing off, we're going to be starting the 5th floor, and I gotta say, like I said in the last part, this is by far my favorite floor in the game. Now, as said in the beginning of the video, the gimmick is that, there's this big crystal in the middle of the floor, and, the crystal points to 8 statues, aligned along the walls. And, depending on which way the crystal is facing when you enter it, you'll be teleported to a different world. And, some of these worlds are pretty weird. For example, this one is, kind of a World War II kind of setting, where you're fighting these army men and such. Honestly, not really what you expect in a medieval game. And that's what I really like about this place, or what I really like about this floor more so, that, this place is just really odd. I don't know, it's that one part of the game that's just like, it feels like it's unnecessary, it feels like it shouldn't be there, it feels like really out of place, but at the same time you love it because of that. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this floor. This is my favorite floor in the game, and well, not only is it really cool in that sense, but there's a whole bunch of new content in this area as well, stuff we haven't even seen before. Like honestly, some of my favorite areas are here as well. Of course, then again, you probably expect to be my favorite floor. Another thing I like about this place is that it's more around exploration than actually like puzzles and such, which is a nice change of pace. So when I explained why exactly I love this floor, we just finished off the first area, and we saved this guy by doing it. I'm one of King Garriot's wizards. Those who are planning to revive the evil demon have imprisoned us in the 8 worlds, so if you help the 8 of us who are imprisoned, we'll help defeat the Man of Darkness. Darkness! No. Yeah, so, yeah, the little crystal, depending on which gargoyle it points towards you, go to a different area. So that's kinda cool. This is one of the few actual puzzles in this area. You have to get all these, little spinning crystals to, spin the same way. So there we go. And now you're going to see something kind of unique. Watch this. See that? I took a hit. There are enemies in this game, which are just recolored sprites of normal enemies, only they're completely black. Which means they blend in with the background here, and kind of give a weird sense of them being invisible, which is kind of cool. The enemies that are actually invisible, if you weren't able to tell by the noise, they're the orc characters. Yeah, the orc enemies we've been fighting for a while, and I should have equipped that, by the way. I think I hit the wrong button there. So there we go. Alright, now through this door, we have even more of these orc enemies, although now we have to actually defeat them. Yeah, you might be able to make out their outlines. It's kind of hard to see. Like, how about that one behind the door? You can see that one pretty easily. Ugh. Other than the slight recolor to blend in with the surroundings, they're pretty much exactly the same. So there we go. Honestly, I really like this place. This is because it's kind of like you're fighting the darkness itself, which is pretty awesome once you think about it. And these enemies right here are pitch black versions of those like blue armor guys we fought before. Once again, I just used my strategy to run in and slash attack them to death. So there we go. Honestly, I have no strategy for those guys. And, oh yeah, by the way, there are some unique bosses here as well. Not all of the final rooms in these areas are just normal enemy rushes. Just saying, there are some original bosses here. Yeah. And, one thing you might also notice is that, this guy is saying the exact same thing the last guy said. They all say the exact same thing when you rescue them. So, you're gonna notice later that I'm gonna try and, like, skip through them. So there we go. Yeah, if you notice how I'm kind of hesitating going to the crystal, that's because I'm kind of wanting to, I'm really wanting to see if I can do this in order. So there we go. And now we're in, I think the name of this world is Japan. We have Cliché Ninjas here. I know the song is called Japan, I know that. I love this music, by the way. Yeah, so we have ninjas here, and I gotta say, if you want money, this is the perfect place to grind for it. These ninjas drop a whole bunch of cash, which is pretty helpful. They also drop some unique armors, although they're rare drops. And we have another one of these fire things. Ugh. Now this, unlike the last one, it's not really a place you can stand and not get hit for this one. So, well, you could take your time and kind of do what I'm doing, or you could just do what I'm doing right now and just, well, jumping into it. Ugh, yeah. It's not the most effective way, but it's definitely the quickest. I mean, you're gonna take a lot of hits doing this. But you know what? It's some hits I'm willing to take, being that, being a Let's Play and all, I try and get the most amount of stuff done in the least amount of time. So if I take a few hits in the process, I don't really care. As long as I can heal those hits easily. I have one last fire orb left. Oh, and by the way, this jump you're about to see, when I actually jump up there, not this jump right there, that one right there. That is, let me tell you, that is way harder to do on a keypad than it is on an original D-pad. I don't know. Anyone who downloaded the WiiWare version of this game with the Virtual Console might also have that problem. Like, honestly, that's a jump that can only be made with a D-pad, pretty much. It's that difficult. Although I somehow did it with a keyboard. And now we have 6 of these ninjas. Once again, there are some original bosses here. Not all of these are just normal enemy rushes of guys you've already seen. Honestly, look at these guys. Look at what these guys drop: money, fish, eggs. They drop some good healing items. Honestly, if you need to grind, come here. By all means, come here. Honestly, 100 gold. That is a lot. Oh, and by the way, you can't walk in the spot that the sorcerer is about. That the wizard is gonna appear in. You might notice I was kind of walking in place. Yeah, once again, they all say the same thing. So yeah. Ugh. Now let's wait for the crystal to turn all the way around and point to the right, so we can enter. You know, oh yeah, by the way, we're in the Wild West now. When I was a lot younger, I originally thought that, what world the area sent you to, was dependent on how long you waited to jump in the crystal, which is kind of true considering that, the longer you wait, the more the crystal spins, but I don't know. It was a couple of years ago that I actually found out it's because of what direction the crystal is facing. By the way, these switches turn on and off these fire geysers. If the fire geyser hits the bomb, if the fire geyser hits the bomb, it'll activate it. So you kind of don't want that to happen until you get close to the door. Yeah. You can turn off the geysers to make it a bit easier on you if you want. So yeah, these guys aren't too bad. In fact, I think they're exactly the same as the soldier enemies from the first area we went to. Now we have this cool room. We have 4 of these fire geysers, and they're making quite a pattern here. Wow. I just opened that door, and let's go through. Alright, now we have more of these cowboy enemies. Oh, and by the way, these barrels the explosion from these barrels can actually hurt them. It doesn't do as much damage as you would think it would, but it's still a cool way to hit them. I mean, honestly, alternative way of attacking, I'll take it. Even though I don't think I'll ever give up my sword. Especially the Light Crusader. Honestly, look how easily the Light Crusader is chopping through these enemies. Here's the first of a few original bosses in this area. It is a giant version of those like worm enemies we've been fighting throughout the game. One thing you're gonna notice is that the original bosses in this area are more like mini bosses because of how easy they are. But hey, original content, I'll take it. Alright, so this guy, his main strategy is bouncing and flying. Apparently, I don't think that's how worms work. You have to attack the head of the worm if it isn't obvious enough by now. He's gonna jump along the room, and then he's gonna jump in the air, and well, when he's in the air, you can't hit him. Oh, by the way, when he's bouncing across the room like this is the best time to hit him. Just like keep walking back and forth, make sure you hit his head. This boss ain't that bad, even though I do kinda like this fight. I love all the bosses in this game, even if there are a few that just get on my nerves. Oh, come on, we can beat him in this one path. He's almost dead. Come on, one more hit. Yes! Awesome. And now we have another wizard, which says the exact same thing as the other wizards. Once again, you can't walk in the place that he's gonna appear in. I want King Garriot's wizards, blah blah blah. You can see that I'm trying to skip the text now. So there we go. Let's wait for this to point towards the upper left now, and let's enter. And now we're in the city! I'm not joking, we're in the city now. There are like road signs on the side. Oh, by the way, these puzzles right here... Sorry about that. These puzzles right here, I've never been able to get the hang of. Like, I have no idea, like, what exactly you have to do for these puzzles. Like, I don't know. I swear, it's just picked at random. I just pick a random lamppost, and it just works. Like, last time that didn't work. This time it did. I have no idea. Like, the puzzle in this area, those, like, the only times in the games which I, like, genuinely have no idea what I have to do. And you're gonna see that later on. I'm kind of walking around those and going, what do I do? There are 2 more in this area. Luckily, there aren't any more in the game. So there we go, and we got a black potion, and that gate opens, so we can now walk through. I'll say another one of these. I have no idea how these work. I'm sorry. So look, see, like I don't know. Maybe when I was younger, I like originally thought it was like which one flashed the least, or maybe which one flashed the most. Then I figured maybe it's like the one that flashes last. Like, I don't know how those work. By the way, these blue zombie enemies are the recolored sprite of the normal zombie enemies I was talking about. They're the only characters in the game besides the original that can poison you. And after we complete this area, no more enemies in this entire game can poison us. Honestly, these are the last kinds. So I really wish they put more emphasis in status ailments. That would have been a cool component. Actually, look, see, that one worked that time. I have no idea how you do those. Regardless, yeah, I have to point out, why are there zombies in a city? Is this like Resident Evil or something? So there we go. Wait, what's Resident Evil reside in a city? No, I don't really like zombie games that much. They're just cliche by this point. So there we go. And the green little sparkles of awesomeness, and the wizard appears. I'm one King Arthur's wizards. Those who are planning to revive the evil demon have been princess in the 8 worlds, so if you help the 8 of us who are imprisoned, we'll help defeat the man of darkness. Man, I can talk fast! Okay, now I have to wait for that to... Now I have to wait for the big white crystal in the middle of the room to point upwards, so we can go through it. And, oh, this world! This is the future. And the game behind this area is, well, you notice my jumping speed right now, it's pretty normal. Now, I'm going to attack that, like, little thingamabobber in the middle of the room. Now look how high I jump. Now watch. Yeah! The gimmick behind... Oh yeah, he just hit, the gravity turned to 10, and now I like, barely jump now. The gimmick behind this world is that you can, change the gravity, and, if you change the gravity, it changes how high you jump. You can change the gravity from normal gravity to times 10 gravity to half gravity to 0.06 gravity. And the lower the gravity is, the higher you jump, as you'd expect. Oh yeah, watch this. I jump really high, I try to hit, and then, oh! I just fall to my death. Well, that's my death, but you get the idea. Yeah, just... Okay. This is one thing really weird about this world, is that it can kind of mess you up. Oh yeah, by the way, I love jumping high here, by the way. I think this is the highest you can jump in the entire game. This one room right here. So you can jump so high that they put the switch way the heck up there. And you still jump high in this room as well, and now we have kind of a mini-boss to the mini-boss. This is another world of an original boss. Alright, this boss here has these, like, 4 little crystals surrounding him. As you'd probably expect, you have to hit the crystal in the middle, and, well, now it's pretty much in the open. Yeah, it shoots a laser now and then. It's not that tough of a boss. That shouldn't give you any trouble. By the way, what are these things? They look like, once again, more enemies. I have no idea what the heck they are. Like, they look like little egg things, like those little, like, they look like those things from Portal, to be honest. Those things from Portal 2. And I have no idea how I hit him there. And something I actually find kind of weird about these enemies, which is kind of more scary than anything else, is when you kill them, listen. They give off the, that was a bit late, by the way. They give off the human death scream, which is kind of weird. Honestly, it's a robot. Why does it do that? Regardless, we have this boss right here. I have no idea why a slime is in the future, but it's a giant slime. Maybe it's like a grease drop or something. These are robots, by the way. Yeah, as you can probably expect, or as you can probably see, you have to hit the spike ball. This is a boss I call Spike Slime. It's another boss I named myself. Alright, now, I'm gonna wait for this guy to reform so I can, explain its boss pattern. Well, it's essentially just a giant slime, and it's a button-mashing boss. If you're a good button-mashing, you're gonna beat this boss pretty quickly. After you hit a number of times, it'll split into many, baby slimes in a start, and, the spike ball will start floating around the room. You can't actually kill the slimes. You can't kill them, so just ignore them. Oh, by the way, I'm full on Earth. Well, I kind of expected, considering that I'm not using magic. So there we go. More button mashing and more awesome. So there we go. So I'll see you guys next time on Crusader. Thanks for watching.